as you noticed, there's been a lot of improvements here on the streams as of late. We've got new artwork for the new year. We've got ambient lighting, right? But the one thing that stood out like a sore thumb is the lighting, the regular lighting. Let's be honest here. Everyone's like, wow, Phil, so now you've improved webcam, you've improved setup, but it's really hard to see it well because you have this lighting. What's your lighting? My lighting is literally a crappy ass, no exaggeration, lamp that I bought at Target like 10 years ago, if not longer than that, because I think I brought it out of Connecticut and shipped it across the country. It's basically 5 light bulbs on those bendy arm lamps, and I use it on various settings. I turn it on level 1, it's 1 bulb, level 2 is 3 bulbs, and level 5 is all 5 bulbs. I almost never use level 5. Level 5 is like way too much light for this room. Typically, I go between level 1 and level 3, depending on the situation, and the other light source I have is natural light. If I open my blinds, it actually dramatically changes how it looks in here. Would you like to see? Because right now my blinds are closed. And now my blinds are open, and voila, look how different the room looks when there's actual natural light in here. Right? I mean, wow, did that not just change the entire appearance of the podcast? So it's really weird. My lighting situation is not consistent. It changes because if there's sun out or if it's a shady day, it totally changes how everything looks. So, it's been very inconsistent. A lot of people even say, well, I can see the light. Wait, no, I can't see the light now. I can see, I change it around. Actually, the green stands out now with the natural light. You notice that? You can actually really see the green pop. With the natural light, it actually looks like this lamp, the ambient light works a lot better when there's natural light. Look at that blue. That blue really stands out. I guess we'll leave it on the blue. That blue looks really nice. Okay, so the thing is, since my setup is basically very bootleg, all right, I don't have consistent lighting. It changes day to day. If the sun is out, it looks different, right? So people have said, well, now look at all the improvements you made. You got a new HD webcam that looks really good. You got artwork. You got lighting. But, your standard lighting is terrible. Remember I turned on this lamp and it was the lighting was changing on the camera and everything. So people were like, so could you do something about that? So I asked you last week, publicly, I said to everyone, do you guys have any recommendations of something that I can do that's not going to be like insane breaking the bank? Because here's the thing. This is not a studio. I wish it was. I wish I had a nice big room that was actually like photogenic and had good, audio / what's the word for it? When it has it's a really good place to record audio. There's a word for that. But anyway, I don't have that. Okay. What I have is a bedroom that I converted into an office, which over the years I've added things like the memory, the soundproofing foam behind me, acoustics. Thank you, Danky. Acoustics. That's what it would be called. Yes, I have the soundproofing foam, the pop, there's different things. I actually noticed since I cleaned out my closet, when I open my closet, the audio sounds better. Are you ready for this? So you're listening to the audio right now, right? Now, wait a second. Now, how does the audio sound? Do you hear something? Can you tell the difference? There's actually an extra echo that bounces off of the closet door when the door is closed. Could you hear any change? Sounds the same. To me, I can actually hear a loud change. It sounds like there's an extra echo when the door is closed. So then if I open it again, all of a sudden the echo is gone completely. Because I think what happens is the noise is no longer bouncing off that door and it sounds more natural. You see? So these are just little minor things over the years that I've done that I've noticed, wow, it sounds better or looks better or whatever, right? But I think at this point, since I made so many improvements over the last few weeks to months, I think I need to kind of go the next level. And someone has actually recommended to me a light that is not meant to be like a studio light, but is more meant for a small room office use, but it's actually a light for streaming. It is a light that, here's how it works. You put this light, it's a ring light, so everyone knows what a ring light is, right? It's a ring light and it goes on a tripod. It actually has the attachment to go onto a tripod, okay? But once it's attached, your webcam now mounts in the center of the ring light. So basically, I'll likely have the same setup here, but the light will be in front of me and the webcam will be slightly higher up. So what I might need to do is try to lower the tripod just a little bit so that the webcam will be around the same level, the same filming angle. But basically with this ring light, what's supposed to happen is it illuminates the person on camera, which is kind of interesting. And I don't know how it's going to work. It's not expensive. This thing was maybe like $40, but it's a good brand. It's actually a known brand for like accessories for this kind of stuff. So it seems to be like a affordable accessory for what I'm looking to use. It's certainly not a studio quality thing. It's not. But at the same time, it might be a viable solution because right now the lighting is so inconsistent, right, that it doesn't look that good. But actually having the ring light might make it look better. So I ordered it, and it's coming this weekend. I think it's supposed to come around Sunday, but there's no guarantee it'll be here on Sunday. We all know how shipping goes around here. It's supposed to be here Sunday doesn't mean jack. It might not show up, all right? So we're going to see what happens. And if it shows up, I'm going to try it. I'm going to mount it here on my tripod, adjust it a little bit, see how it looks. I have absolutely no idea if it's going to look good. I don't, right? I have no clue if it'll look good or not. But I'll give it a shot. It's not expensive. And again, with things I order off Amazon, if they end up not being very good, I can return them right away. In fact, I just did that with those 2 capture devices that I had ordered 2 weeks ago when my capture device broke. And we just got them last week, and I showed them on the podcast for the Digit Now devices. I returned those yesterday. I already got my money back for them. Like within not even half a day, I had my money back. So, if the ring light sucks, it sucks. No big deal. Return it, get my money back. No big risk here. So we'll see. I'm willing to institute changes and improvements to the stream that are viable and affordable if they're going to make a significant difference. And by the way, this is only capable because of you guys. Just think about this. This webcam was donated. The lighting was donated. You guys are so nice to allow me to have these improvements that now I can do small incremental improvements that I can afford. If it was me doing the whole setup, I couldn't afford it. But little things here and there I can do, you see? So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. I guess we're going to see how it works. Really. We're going to see how it works. Will I look better? Will I look worse? Well, you know what I mean? I don't know. I actually don't know how it's going to illuminate this podcast. Most people, again, who do this kind of content don't do a podcast that even looks like this. Everyone's sitting at their desk, right? The same angle where they're, for some reason, their tripod somewhere up here looking down at an angle like there's someone on their ceiling filming them, right? And they all look exactly the same. I don't want to look like everyone else. I want to stand out. I want to look like myself. So we'll see if I can get it to work with this setup. I guess we'll find out, okay? Danky says, do you think the light will make it harder to see the TV screen? That's a great question. Watch this. This is how I'm facing when I play games. So because my setup is unique and my camera isn't literally pointing at my face directly when I game, it might not. It might be distracting. It might not. Right now I have a lamp over there that's very distracting, but I've taught myself to ignore it so it doesn't bother me. If the ring light's right here, and, I'm sitting here playing. And by the way, the ring light also has adjustable levels. I could probably have it brighter when I'm talking to the camera for the podcast and then dim it for when I'm playing games over here, right? I guess we'll see. And someone just said, JJNS says the ring light will reflect off the TV. How? The ring light's going to be aiming at me. Just like my lamp right now aims at me. It shouldn't reflect off the screen at all. It'll be only going this way. You see? In theory, it'll work. But again, maybe it won't. You don't know. That's why we want to try new things, right? And I'm willing to try new things as long as they're reasonable and they don't make me break the bank and they're not, not a big risk. So let's try it. This is supposedly coming on Sunday. Okay, so that's announcement number 1. The improvements continue here on DSP Gaming for the new year. I'm trying all new stuff. And we're going to try this ring light when it shows up on Sunday. And we'll see what it looks like. And if it looks like terrible, then we don't do it. It's fine. It's at least worth a shot, right? I think so. I think it is worth trying and seeing how it works out. So